Sit. Come here. All right, team. Come nice and tall on your spine. Welcome to your 15-minute restore. Taking a little bit of mental time to reset for the week. Sitting up nice and tall, take your shoulder blades up towards your ears. Inhale. Exhale, let them settle down your back. Do 2 more like that, really exaggerate it. Feel how your shoulders can move all the way up and then gently pull back and down. 1 more on your own, maybe even hold your breath and your shoulders at the top. Then you deflate like a whoopee cushion, just deflating. Good. Roll your body weight forward, and we're going to take a shoulder release automatically to start. In today's class, you'll need some sort of tool, whether it's a tequila bottle, a weight tip, or a block. Take your right shoulder pad into the very edge of your tool. So I'm tucking my right arm under, my right shoulder leans into it. Basically, I'm trying to lay as much weight as I can on top of the right weight. All right, good. We're gonna be here for about a minute. You're aiming to find an edge point, not just the edge like a mental edge, which you'll find, but the edge point of the tool. Essentially, pretend that your tool is a static isometric massage therapist. And this massage therapist is not moving. They're just digging their elbow into you as hard as they can. Good. And then as you cool and calm, you're already halfway through the hold. Start to have a conscious communication with your body. So often we forget that your mental words, what you say to yourself, have a huge trajectory on the opening and the unfolding of the body. Good. It may feel good to continue just melting here, or take that arm and basically keep the same position, just roll a little bit forward and a little bit backwards. It's gonna feel not so good for me. I have to go real slow. And I'm putting some weight in my left hand, a lot of weight in the bottom outer right of my right hand. Oh, getting all those tighter spaces. Awesome. Take about 5 deep breaths. If you want to move up or down, you become your own massage therapist here. Where do you feel it the most? Dig it in, so good. So even here, I like to think of this as maintenance on the body. But I'm not the biggest fan of day-to-day maintenance. I don't love washing dishes or having to work out per se to maintain strength or having to stretch to maintain mobility. I don't love those feelings. Whew. All right, come on up. Stay on that same right side, but you're gonna take the release tool under your armpit. So I lay my arm across it. I don't care about the top part of the tool, it's just the bottom part, going to the meaty part of your lat. Your lat is where like the scapula is in your back, where it attaches almost under the armpit. Take some time there. It's gonna be pretty intense depending on the tool. And if it doesn't feel intense, you're not doing it right. Yep, I like how Carolina's increasing the height of her block. So if you do have a block, it has 3 heights, small, medium, and tall. So find the height where the edge makes the most sense to you, finding a release in your lower right lat. I'll come look at you guys, make sure it looks good. Oh yeah, Isla's got the foam roller, that's perfect. Yep, I mean, that's a nasty foam roller, don't get me wrong. Those prickly edges. All right, breathe. So why I say these mundane things, it's like none of us love to wash dishes or pay bills or have to do what we call maintenance for today's purposes. But what if we could find a little bit more joy in the maintenance, in the mundane? I'm running my mom's annual tubing retreat this weekend. It's a tubing event, let's call it. We go tubing down the Delaware River between New Jersey and Pennsylvania. We raise money for a retreat that I run for cancer survivors in her memory. And just yesterday, one of them passed away. She was an alumni on the trip. She did 2 of them actually. I've run 5. And the cancer came back and she passed away yesterday really peacefully in her sleep on hospice. And it's just a reminder to me, like, She was so fun on the trip, like literally living it up. Her testimonial at the end was like, I found my inner child again. And so many times I just am reminded, we can't lose that inner child within the mundane and the little stuff that we do too. All right, team, come on up to the sides. Roll forward, and we'll take a revolved tabletop. So move the tool to the side. Tabletop pose, lift your right arm to the sky, inhale. Revolve the right shoulder under, right cheek down to the mat. It may feel good to stay or half bind your left arm behind your back. Sometimes it feels really good in my neck to take my left hand and grab a hold of something like the edge of my mat, and I kind of like leverage my twist by holding on real tight somewhere. We'll be here for about a minute. It's serendipitous that she passed around this event fundraising time, because it's just a reminder to me that all these little details, day by day we go through, that we have to be able to be in a mind state where there's some joy in it. It can't just be another thing, because if you live through today doing all the things you have to do instead of all the things you get to do, oof, what a waste of our time. I'm not saying we can't not pay bills or wash dishes, but we can change the landscape at which we look at it. The ability to have running water. The fact that my water changes from hot to cold when I want it to. I remember I lived in China in a poverty alleviation program, and we had to walk every day 1.5 miles to get our water to wash with, to drink. Imagine that being added to your slate. All right, rise on up, come to sitting hero's pose. Taking on a little shoulder stretch. Right hand pats your back, grab it. Left hand tries to grab, my hands won't touch really today, so I'm gonna grab my shirt and just look up and back. If you're feeling like this is already pretty easy for you, come up onto standing on your knees and make it more of a camel, where it's a deeper back bend. It's gonna be a great way to expose the heart. It's the opposite of typing and texting and slouching, right? We're opening up, 3 breaths. Go to that place where it's a little bit expansive, a little bit scary too. All right, team, back through center. We'll take that whole thing from the top. Take your release tool. First, go onto your left hip. Tuck your left arm under and find the part of your deltoid, that shoulder pad, that's really nice and tender to just rest on. It may feel good to rest your head. You'll notice the longer you hold this too, the more intense the stretch becomes on the fascia, the connective tissue. So if we just kind of go in and go out, we're missing that sweet exhale release. You may already start to feel it now that you're about 30 seconds in. The Golgi tendon, that reactor in your body that protects itself, the defense mechanism, it backs away. And then the fascia, that spiderweb cellophane substance, it just kind of dissolves. And it stops guarding and tensing, and it just mushes, it lets you in. If this place feels good, I want you to stay, or roll a little bit forward and a little bit back. Oh, it's so good. Oh, after all that shoulder work we did, be mindful, guys. Oh, forward and back. Another great example of living life like it's a game, or trying to make the mundane and the maintenance moments in our life more miraculous, is Kim. You've seen Kim on the site many times. She's a great coach, but she grew up with a deformity. It was an accident when she was an infant that caused her left hand to be immobile. It barely works. I mean, you probably don't even notice half the time, but her left hand doesn't work. It holds plates, but it doesn't grip anything, and it's kind of small. And for the majority of her life, till she was 5 years old, she lived in various hospitals. The nurses were her aunts, and her arm was sewed onto her belly at one point to skin graft her arm back. She had a very intense childhood. All right, team, come to tabletop. Oh, excuse me, take the lat stretch. Left arm over, get deep into the left side lat. Oh boy. Okay. I don't care about the top part of the weight, it's more just leveraging the bottom part of your tool against that lat. And she's the best person to travel with. I can't wait to travel. She's actually gonna come to my mom's event this week, because when we're in the airport and we missed a flight, which happened recently, or when our bags are lost, or we're hot, or I can't find any tequila, whatever it is in that moment that I'm gonna be a little bit of a bitch about, she's very good at being like, whoop, okay, what kind of game? Where can we make this? Like, you know, we were in the Nicaragua airport and all of us had missed a flight, and she was like, she's like, okay, photo scavenger hunt, everyone. Who can find the weirdest thing? You have 10 minutes and I'll pay you $10 when you get back. Like, just little fun stuff to make what's seemingly a really hard moment really easy. To miss a flight or have to wait in an airport 8 more hours, it's not fun. But if it was our last day on Earth, we definitely made it more fun. All right, now tabletop. Take that weight out of the way. Did I miss something?
Nope.
No.
I was just saying ouch.
Oh, left arm high. Thread your left cheek under. Grab your mat or run it behind your back.
Turn down the bed.
Breathe.
Turn down these voices inside my head. Darling, lay down with me.
Just breathe.
But don't tell me no lie. Just hold me close, but don't patronize. I can't make you love me. You can't make your heart feel something you don't. Here in the dark, in these final hours, I will lay down my heart.
All that fresh blood flow from your heart pours down to your head. What a loving sensation it is to feel that revitalized energy, calm and cool and collected. Heart first, head second.
I'll close my eyes.
Rise on up, take your eagle bind. So left hand behind your back, right hand under.
You don't feel
Stay and look up.
when you're holding
If they can clasp, go for it. For me, I'm just gonna hold my shirt. If you took that back bend, come up into more of a camel, push and lift.
Just give me to get
Maybe
my
stick your tongue out.
fire.
Make it feel a little good. 3 breaths. Maintenance on the shoulders, but we can still find joy in the freedom it makes us feel, the way we view it. Inhale.
You
Exhale.
can't make your heart feel
Awesome. Come down to a seat.
something you
Let's
don't.
finish our restoration, palms at the heart.
Here in the dark,
Take a mindful moment and set a trajectory for yourself. Plug in a mental GPS coordinate, how you want to feel the rest of today or maybe even this week. Plug it in like you were typing it into Google Maps.
Even if you won't. Oh, no, no. Even if
And then repeat after me. Hey today,
Hey, today
I'm ready
I'm ready
for the best week of my life.
for the best week of my life.
I'm so grateful
I'm so grateful
for the little things.
for the little things.
My small things
My small things
are big things.
are big things.
I'll pay attention
I'll pay attention
to all of the miracles
to all of the miracles
in the maintenance
in the maintenance
that I have to do.
that I have to do.
Take a deep breath in. Namaste. Namaste. team. Happy arms upper recovery. Hi, friend. Maybe she got excited when we did the. Carolina has a little dog that Rocky always flips